Pay attention right now to this chart. For the past 10 years, this trend line right here has been literally the most important trend line in all of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is rallying up and faced as a huge brick wall to this precise trend line. The same trend line 10 years ago acted as resistance. This same trend line, when we broke through it, we skyrocketed to our all-time high. The same trend line that when we fell through it, we stayed below it for the next 800 days. And when we finally broke above, next all-time high. The same trend line that was the bottom of the market in 2019. The same trend line that was the surprise COVID crash, still support here. The same trend line that we crashed down below about 500 or 600 days ago, and we are here where we are today, met with a brick wall right in front of our faces. This is what happens next for Bitcoin. Now, if you're new here, my name is Steve. Welcome in. On this channel, we don't take any paid ads. There's no paid sponsorships. There's no paid affiliate links down below. Instead, cold, hard facts in the charts that actually help you. The only thing I'm asking you to do is hit that subscribe button right now and join the movement. Make sure you hit that button, throw a thumbs up on this video, and let's jump into it. We are on the Bitcoin monthly chart, the Bitcoin US dollar index, and we have our line chart. If you want to get to the line chart, you come here and you go to line. Keep in mind with the line chart, it doesn't take into consideration the high and the low. It only takes into consideration the close. So what you see here is a representation of all of the closing prices for Bitcoin. Now, when we take this trend line, if you go and draw this line on the chart, you're going to go to the monthly chart. You're going to go to precisely April 1st of 2013, and you're going to start that trend line and draw it through here, with the support here and here, with the rejection and resistance here. So as we look at it, we fell below it back here, and we are about 550 to 600 days into this process, and we are met with a brick wall in front of us, as you can see. Now, the question is, are we going to repeat this history where it took us about 800 days to really get through here? We can look at the chart here. Yeah, just over 800 days. Are we in the midst of this? For the next 800 days, it would bring us to approximately, and let's take a little idea here. It would bring us to approximately, if we did the 800 days, September-ish 2024 of potentially getting through here. But the price of Bitcoin in this area would be roughly 65K, right? So is Bitcoin going to be roughly 65K in what did we say, September of 2024? I mean, this chart tells us that this is a substantial level here. This is a substantial trend line, one that has been incredibly important for more than 10 years, right? Every single top of the market happened when we finally broke through. Broke through, top of the market. Broke through here, top of the market. Every single bottom of the market after that played a critical role. Bottom of the market here, bottom of the market here. Then we had our double top, right? You can clearly see the double top here. And with this double top, we had incredibly strong bearish divergence, and then we went into our double bottom, which had incredibly strong bullish divergence. And then we skyrocketed in price, got rejected from here, pivoted back down, skyrocketed in price, and here we are today. So this is heavy resistance still, okay? This is heavy resistance still. What we want to see is a break of this yellow line, and history tells us that a break of this yellow line is going to lead to our next all-time high. But the problem is this yellow line is like a brick wall. It's hard to break, which is why it took us 800 days to break it here. However, if you look at the structure of this, we broke through here, we battled down, we came up close to this yellow line, but not really. We came up close in June 16, but not quite. We really started testing here, so we got rejected once, we got rejected twice, we had a new pivot low, and then we broke through. So it's a few rejections. We can call this a slight rejection. We came up here, yes, we had a little turn down. You can see how heavy the resistance is here. We didn't even get very close. It just pushed our head down like a good little soldier right down into the ground, right? And you can see we had a pivot low, we had a lower low here. Why? Because of the heavy resistance that is here. This is the closest we had been in a long time, right? We are here in this month, right? We can go as high as 46K on a close. Keep in mind, that's not the high, that's not the low, that's the closing price of 46K for this calendar month. Next month, bringing in the new year, we're looking at a resistance level of 48K. Again, closing price. So this is something to really keep in mind as we continue on. This is something that people are not paying attention to. And by the way, take your phone, tilt it to the side, hit that subscribe button. I wanted to ask you, I did a live video in our FFA 1 or 2 weeks ago, and somebody had mentioned that a lot, the quote was something like a lot of influencers are calling for an 80K top. This was completely shocking to me because I don't watch any other YouTubers. As you guys know, I think it's a little bit toxic to watch other YouTubers. I think there's a lot of smart people, but subconsciously, if I watch somebody else, their opinions and ideas will get into my subconscious brain and influence slightly my thinking, even though I don't think it is, even though I would say, oh, I have a strong mind, nobody's going to influence. It would subconsciously influence you. It's impossible not to watch somebody else. So my opinions here in my videos and all of the hundreds of charts I follow are literally only mine and nobody else's. My thoughts are not paid for or influenced by anybody. We don't take paid ads. We don't take paid sponsorships. There's no paid affiliate links. And I don't watch anybody else on YouTube. So I'm asking you, do you know any influencers who are calling for an 80K top, and is it a lot? That I find shocking. I find that shocking. So I don't know who it is, but if you can write in the comments, that would be very helpful. I would like to have some people on our show that are calling something similar to us. I want to know, how did they come up with this philosophy and this idea? And yeah, I'm curious. I believe very strongly that as we continue in this bull run, we're going to be in the small minority. I think at least 80% of people will be against us, and they will say over 100K. Mark my words. Later in this bull run, everyone's going to be screaming 100K. Not yet, because in their opinion, the bull run just started, even though it started almost 1 year ago, as we called it back in February of 2023. Roll the clip. We are either just about to start our bull run, or we may have just started our bull run. So yeah, write in the comments down below, and I'll see you right back here for the next video. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.